I was on the edge of my seat Friday night and last night too. And you know why? Because Victor Wembanyama, the 7 foot, let's call him 7'4", 7 foot 4 inch rookie. Some saying the best prospect ever in basketball. Some saying the best prospect since LeBron James. But he played. And Ephraim, first night, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 assists on 2 of 13 shooting, 1 of 6 from 3. Last night, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 3 rejections, 9 for 14 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, 7 of 12 from the line. So he averaged 18 and 10, 4 blocks. And he's done. They have, not surprisingly, the Spurs shut him down. At least they let him play 2 games. Maybe it was because he played so, he was, we'll say he wasn't great in game 1. So they let him be great in game 2, and now they shut him down. But what are your thoughts about Big Vic?
First of all, I just want to say, remember the time when basketball players used to play basketball?
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Let's just think back to not too long ago, to yesteryear, when basketball players used to play basketball. Right?
Yep.
There wasn't this overbearing approach to protect them from the very thing you're paying them to do. Remember that?
Yep.
Wasn't that great? Wasn't that
awesome.
Great to tune in, even in the summer, where you see these young high lottery draft picks just going at each other up and down the court, just really pushing it, learning the pro game. A lot of these guys have had no real coaching. They've been in college for a year. No real, you can't get all the coaching you need in college for a year. They come from the AAU system where there's no real coaching. Roll the ball out there. You got 5 4-star, 5-star players on your team. We're going to get buckets. We're going to run up and down.
Yep. I feel you, man.
So now going into the summer league, it's like, are they going to let them play? So it kind of skews me a little bit. I will say I was excited to see him play Friday. And I didn't think he was going to come out and be a world beater and just be completely dominant. This is a different brand of basketball from when him playing overseas. You have hungrier players. These are young guys trying. You got to remember, 85 to 90% of everybody we're watching right now in the Summer League will not be on an NBA roster.
Right.
So you have high-level athletes, very young, fighting for a seat at the table. So if you can go at the neck of the unicorn or mythical creature who was the first pick in the draft, then you're going to go at his neck.
Yep.
Right? They played the Hornets Friday. He got it thrown down on his lips. Right?
Right.
So this is the energy that's going to become. He may not have been ready to match that. What we saw yesterday.
And part of, to your point quickly, he even said he hasn't really been playing a lot of ball because of all the media obligations. He hadn't played in a while.
Yep.
And you saw the rust. And that's to your point earlier. Can we let him play? He needs to play ball.
He needs to play
one thing we saw is just the improvement in the second game was because he was starting to get in the flow again. Let him play. And I just look at it, Ephraim, and I want you to finish your thoughts. I'm going to be quick. I'm just looking at it like if a guy gets hurt like Scoot Henderson and Amin Thompson got hurt, they'll be back quickly. But it's a risk every time you step on the floor. I look at it like, they shouldn't have been playing in Summer League. I look at it like, hey, they just got hurt. It happens. You can't be worried that much about this stuff.
The money is so big. The commitment level to these athletes is so great now. It's taking away from the actual art of being a professional athlete. You need Summer League to learn the system. Yeah. You need Summer League to build camaraderie, teammates, get to know your coaching staff, that's what Summer League is there for.
Yep.
That's what it's there for. And so to take a top prospect or your first-round draft pick out of that and just be like, we're just going to wait to training camp and preseason. I mean, that's a lot to ask for these kids. They're 19, 20 years old. Yep. Victor needs to play as much basketball as he possibly can on American soil. The energy's different. The competition level is different. Like I said, guys are trying to get a seat at the table. His second game yesterday was great to see him bounce back. He was more assertive. Got a couple rebounds, went right back up, dunked it down. Once he starts to learn and have the confidence in his body when the regular season starts, he's playing against kids.
Well, he's a kid himself.
These are kids out here, though. I mean, he's so much bigger, taller than the players he's playing against. They don't have the veteran know-how, body positioning, and all those things that he's about to face for as many games as he plays during the regular season. It's different things you pick up from playing as much basketball as you can in the league at that high level that he has and nobody in this summer league has yet, that he's going to be able to see when the season starts. And so just watching him be assertive, grab the ball, push the ball down the court, take contested shots, step into a three, and be comfortable out there on the court. I was happy to see that. He brought them back. He was the catalyst and the engine to help bring them back and got them within 1 point late in that ball game yesterday. Yep. But I thought it was great. I was looking forward to the next time he was going to be out there, but we're not going to see that for And
in honesty, he'll probably only play about 2 preseason games.
Yeah, I would rather him play. You limit his minutes.
Yeah.
But and
that was another thing, Ephraim. Like, he was playing in 5-minute bursts, 5, maybe 6-minute bursts, which can be hard on the play. I mean, they were only playing 40-minute games as it was. Mm-hmm. And so that can also be hard. So I think that does have to be taken into consideration. I think a few things need to be taken into consideration. Number one, as you said, game 1, I thought probably a little nervous, with the whole NBA world spotlight on him. Probably even more so, not probably, I would say even more so than when he played against the G League team.
Yes.
So the weight, the whole NBA world was on him. So he was probably a tad bit nervous. I think he was rusty because he had been doing so much media and traveling and just all his, responsibilities that he had to do since he was drafted number 1 by the Spurs. He didn't really know his teammates. And that's one thing you saw, particularly yesterday, was that, I think in game 2, they understood, let's get Wemby the Rock. But the guards also were kind of like, let me get mine,
I
too.
need to shine.
I'm trying to make the team.
On now.
Right.
He on the team.
Squad.
He's going to be there.
I got to get him. And when they came back, to your point, I was like, man, go to Wemby. But then they kept throwing, a couple of guards kept shooting or driving to the rock. And so he got the 27 points last night without being the focal point of the offense. And, the rebounding, obviously, look, here was one thing I noticed as a negative, and I think he'll get better eventually. He struggles in traffic. Whether it was rebounded, like almost all his rebounds came he was kind of the only one there. Mm-hmm. And he's going to get double-figure rebounds probably just by that. His block shots those were somewhat in traffic, but for the most part, they weren't. Like, if he got the ball in the post and there were guys around him, he struggled to hold the ball. I didn't see him get many rebounds at all in traffic other than a few on the offensive end, which is good. But I think that's where, the need for strength and more muscle or weight was glaring. And he'll get that. Number one, He'll probably grow, he's just going to naturally get a little more weight. But number 2, I'm sure they're going to have him building up. And this was probably good for him to play in Summer League and have trouble with the bodies in Summer League. So now the Spurs can say, look, you saw we need to put some weight on you, so we're going to work on that this summer. And so I thought overall, look, his passing ability was pretty good. I thought he had good vision, had some nice passes. Obviously, the shooting form is fine. He didn't hit a lot of his shots, but the form is fine. The footwork in the post I thought was good. And the defense he's going to block shots right away.
Yes. That's natural.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
natural.
He's going to average 3-4 blocks right away. And overall, I think it's obviously a lot to be excited about for the Spurs and for the NBA, but also a lot to work on. And I think as the midway point of the season, which some may think is quick, I think that's when you'll really begin to see him take a jump, Ephraim. We saw that with Kevin Garnett when he was a rookie.
Right.
Second half of the season, he really took a jump. And I think that's when you'll see him. Defensively, it'll be great, probably right away. But offensively, he'll have a jump